1997, Alex Mack is airing season 3, episode 20, The Creeper. Alex's attempts to be nice to a mentally disabled boy in her class backfire when he perceives the friendship as something more. Meanwhile, Ray helps Dave pass his driving test.
Man, this is this show,
Whoa.
as weird as I remember this show, this episode, Steve, I don't know. First of all, the guy they're calling the creeper, it's a complete misdirection because there's another creeper in this, more sinister, that I'd like to point out when we get to it. But it's Alex Mack. The woman's superpower is I forgot the electricity element, but she got doused with chemicals, became some sort of liquefied puddle. That's her power. But she also can control electricity or generate a lightning bolt. I don't know. It's
And turn
stupid.
into splooge.
Yeah, it's a fun power. They're like, can you fly? No, you're invisible. Kinda. Watch. And they're just like, it's a jizz puddle for real. I mean, it's that. She becomes a cum shot, and that's probably going to get some tumors or something because of all the exposure to those chemicals, Steve. I'm worried for her. But Alex, we're in class, Steve. She's a regular kid. She goes to school and she's in video class, which shit, I wish I had this. I didn't know that existed. She's just getting kudos from the teacher, you know? She's great at this video stuff.
Her assignment is to do a bio. That's what the whole class is supposed to do, like a video bio. And her project is on her mom. And we start the episode off with her interviewing her mom. And when we cut back to class, he's loving it. The teacher's just like, "Oh, this is a great piece of work, Alex."
Camera work? My God. Ray, her friend, he was in some other shit. I can't remember. I can't tag everything this dude was in, but Ray's her black friend. And he's hanging out with a guy in class who looks double his age. I don't know what the fuck how many times this kid's been held back, but he looks
Lewis.
30. Yeah, they're yucking it up. And in walks this kid, Nathan, Steve. Nathan, he's a little weird. He's just shy. He's just looks meek. And he walks in, and the other guys start fucking with him, and they call him the creeper, Steve. That's not nice.
Creeper.
Hey, creeper. He sits down. He's getting fucked with, and that's not cool, guys. You know, creeper. Yeah. What they're calling mentally disabled, I feel like is not. I don't know what this is, Steve. This is a light disabled. You know, he's just shy. I feel like.
Yeah, maybe he's just shy, and they prey on that because that's what bullies do. They prey on the meek, and they sense that, man. And mind you, this predates Columbine, this episode. So I don't know. Maybe if this would have aired after.
Yeah. Alex would have needed a lot more powers to overcome whatever happens with Nathan then. But you know, they're lightly ribbing this kid. They're calling him the creeper. We don't really get it. They're just being assholes. So we cut later, and Annie, hot older sister, she works at the chemical company. Steve, I forget what it's called, but it's just a chemical company. The one that almost killed her sister and turned her into cum. And I think, is she working with her dad?
It looks like it, yeah, because that is their dad.
She's dealing with some high level chemical stuff, Steve. It's crazy. She's in there. She's high up, but they're chilling. They're having some lunch, and Dave, the truck driver, we see it's this guy, and he's basically having a meltdown. He's losing it. He's in tears.
Yeah, he's going to lose his job because he needs to take his driver's test again, and he's kind of shell shocked from even getting behind the wheel because of a previous accident he had.
Now, here's where I want to just ask you this. Do you think, is he responsible? Is he the irresponsible driver that may have given Alex Mack her powers?
I'm not familiar with the story completely because, you know, I didn't check for it. I mean, I watched it if it was on, like before all that or something, but like, I'm not too privy to the story, man.
I'm just wondering because she was almost killed and we see it in the intro, Steve. Some fucking chemicals just fall off a truck because some guy's driving like a fucking piece of shit and they almost kill her, douse her with the chemicals. And I'm just sitting here doing some thinking maybe stupid Dave, fucking, you know, speed happy Dave, maybe he's the guy who almost, who turned Alex into this mutant, you know?
And he could be. And that might be why Annie's so apprehensive about Dave because at the beginning of this episode, Annie's just like on some fuck Dave shit. Hey, Ray, I saw you talking to Dave. What the fuck? Hey, man, you ain't supposed to talk to him. He the ops. He the other side. What the hell wrong with
He
you,
he
Dave?
big
Ray?
chemical. I'm just in here infiltrating, Dave. Yeah, because Annie knows about Alex Max, Steve. She knows. She's seen her turn. She knows about the powers. So she's plugged in. She's trying to get some. Maybe she's trying to get some inside info, and she got an internship with her dad working with some chemicals. But who knows? But we're back in video class now. This is the only class in school, apparently. You know, we don't see anything else, but it just seems like a pretty easy curriculum. Nathan's just getting it again. He's the punching bag of video class, which is hilarious because that's typically the nerds. So it's just it's nerd on nerd violence at this point. But Alex does a little zips a guy for doing it and gets him to stop. So Alex, you can see she's trying to be like she's the anti-bully here. She doesn't like necessarily like it, but like most kids, she's not really speaking up, you know? She's just giving a little zip.
Yeah, gave him a little zap on the behind, and the teacher's turned around. He's not seeing any of this, but he hears a book drop on the floor, and he was like, "Whose book is this?" And it's Alex's. So because it was Alex Mack's book, he gives her detention. He just assumes that it was her fucking around.
Like, isn't that a little rash, though? I mean, I dropped a book. What kind of fucking Nazi regime do we got here? No noise. Detention. I just got an A from you, motherfucker. This is
Yeah,
fucking Hollywood Alex. I'm here.
the hell is wrong with you, man? You just told me to my face how great my assignment was, but I
Yeah.
digress.
But she's also, she doesn't, because the guy who should have gotten in trouble was the ugly redhead kid. Fucking whatever
Yeah,
his name is. Fucking Red Rooster.
Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis, dude. Lewis is a little twat. We'll get to see that later. But she's a fucking G. She takes the detention. She's like, whatever. One detention, that's easy work. Take me to jail.
And we cut back to Dave now. He's sitting at the bus stop, and Ray he walks by, and we get the story. Like Ray just asked him, like, dude, so what happened? His license was suspended because he ran over a kid and ruined the transmission on the company van, and he hates tests. He feels so alone now. He has to take the bus, and Ray's about to leave. He's like, man, I'll holler at you. No, dude, please don't leave me. Please.
Dude,
I could use moral support.
take some
Please.
testosterone pills or something, dude. Like, this is pathetic. Dave,
Yeah.
and especially a 90s teenager, what you or I see that, be like, man, what the
Fuck, dude. Dude, peace, bro. All right,
yeah,
man.
I gotta go, dude. I'm sorry, but I gotta go, dude. I gotta go play Goldeneye with the homies right now. I'm sorry about all these issues, but it's like, dude, just take the fucking driving test. You're at a bus stop, losing it, trying to confide in a teenager. This is where I'm like, what's this Dave guy's deal? He's a little too comfy with teenagers, Steve. I don't like that.
Yeah. I don't think you should be getting a license again, Dave. Like, it's probably best that you just, sit at the bus stop and get rides, public
Yeah.
transportation.
Maybe you just decide to go work at a chicken shack. For what Steve said, he ran over a kid. So, Dave, I
Yeah.
don't think you should have a license, to be honest with you. I don't think you're equipped. You're
Uh,
clearly a little unstable.
Yeah, he's unhinged, man. Now that Alex is in detention, Lewis feels a certain way, so he gives her an IOU. Like, you took the rap for me, so like, hey, I owe you one. Cash it in anytime. Money in the bank.
I would have put something dirty on it, like a 1 foot rub. But Lewis is a nice guy, Steve. Even if he is a red, she has to eat this detention. She goes in, and basically, as she's going in, or as she's talking to Lewis, the creeper walks in. So she's got to share a detention with the creeper, you know. And what did he do, Steve?
I guess he gets a detention every time he doesn't change his clothes in PE, and I guess that's every day because he doesn't want to change his clothes. So I guess he just gets regular detention. I
What
feel
kind
so
of
bad for
school?
Nathan.
Yeah, dude. What kind of school is this? About detention? I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Nobody wanted to change in front of each other at a certain point. I
Yeah.
mean, at least that was my experience. But Nathan, Alex, they're in detention. Nathan's obviously shy, so Alex is just fucking around with like equipment, like doing TikTok dances in front of a camera, basically. Steve, I think she's singing
Yeah.
bingo.
Yeah, yeah, and we find out that Nathan has a hidden talent. He can play that piano pretty well, man. And she's like, "That's really good, Nathan. Like really, really good." Oh, oh, now she's singing bingo. I'm hard now.
Thank you. You're nice, Earth female. Nathan doesn't talk to people a lot, but Alex is cool. The teacher actually just leaves them alone, and like this is not a detention, Steve. This would have been
Yeah.
great. I would have loved
Oh,
this when I got detention. I had to have some old guy just fucking leer at me for an hour. I didn't like that.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. The guy that apparently he was like a pro golfer or some shit that they always said.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why you're doing this. Sure. We cut to Ray and Dave now. Ray and Dave are just homies now. I don't get this. Ray, I don't get it. You're in danger because I think Dave's fucking a child molester. But I'd like to ask the people who created Alex Mack, is Dave responsible? So let's just throw that out there. But Ray offers to do like a ride along with Dave. And it's like, dude, are you trying to get fucking abducted, bro?
yeah,
He has
dude.
a truck, dude.
A van, I think. At that,
I mean, this is not a good look. But as he's doing this ride along, Annie sees Ray. She sees him hanging out with Dave. And I think that's where you said that she kind of confronts him about it at some point. This is where she sees him and she's like, oh
yeah.
shit. Ray's in the fucking, he's in the wallet of Big Chemical now. He's hanging out with Dave. Fuck that.
And we cut back to Lewis, and he's making a video of himself because he already announced that his video is going to be called "Me, Myself, and I," and
Yeah.
he's prompting like I guess he works at the cafe, the local hangout, and he's telling his coworker, he's feeding her the lines basically, and she's like, "Lewis is fun loving. His attitude makes me look forward to work." And then while that's going on, Nathan walks into the video. Four bear claws, por favor.
Thank you so much. And he's pissed because he ruined the shot. And basically, what I think Lewis is trying to shoot is like the Dirk Diggler documentary, but about him, where eventually it's
Yeah,
just him in like sunglasses. Like, basically, I'm just the best. This is Lewis. Thank you. Good night.
he's doing karate moves by himself.
Yeah, but fucking Nathan's can't help it. Everything he does attracts attention. He ruins Lewis's shot. He orders 4 bear claws. Just that I'm fat. I would be like, dude, what the fuck is this kid doing? 4 bear claws, Nathan. He's
What the
a,
f- Man, yeah, he's just
he's
unhinged
a
too,
nerd.
man.
He's a nerd, Steve. He is. There's some people that just like attract the bad attention, and Nathan is that. There's nothing wrong with him. He's not
Yeah,
mentally disabled. He's just weird.
he just has his quirks. I think the real creeper is Dave, to be honest with you.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Me and Kendra watched this. I'm like, Dave, there's the creep of this episode is Dave. Because he's begging a teenager to be like, please don't leave me. Please. Like, Dave, you
What?
fucking creep. Stop this.
Oh,
He should not have this job. But then we cut. And this is where I like Ray, dude. This is where I'm like, Ray, I like this guy because he's got a job, he's got a paper route, and he's giving this trainee like lesson to this kid, just a new jack on the paper route. He's like, this is how you throw it. Side, avoid dogs, don't hit windows. You're gonna be fine, kid. Let me see your
yeah.
form. He's a good guy, Steve.
The flick of the wrist. And as he's doing that, Annie walks in and she's like, "Look, Ray, I got to talk to you. You can't be spending time with your new friend. You know who I'm talking about. We can't trust him. Dave."
Do you look at the crime watch online? Do you know what Dave's guilty of? This motherfucker's been arrested 8 times for this shit. This ain't the first time, Ray.
I saw him bring lunch in to work one day. He eats raw chicken, Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He licks bananas before he opens them. It's weird. But Ray's like, man, it's just Dave. All he did was give me these mints that made me tired a little bit. That's it. That's all I
Yeah.
can remember.
I woke
That's
up a
all.
little sore. Right after that, Ray he goes and tells Alex about what's going on, and so they're walking, they're talking, and Nathan he's sitting there just eating these bear claws. As they walk by, he turns around and he records. I guess he just has a camera just ready,
This is really problematic, Steve. I don't like this. This is serial
Yeah.
killer 101.
Now this
I
is
bet.
creepy.
Yeah. And I bet if you listen to it, it's a lot of like, oh, yeah.
Like dribble coming down the screen.
Yeah. And a little bit of shaking, like, oh.
I was with you, Nathan, up until this point. This is not good.
You can't do this. And I feel like now you get your ass whooped. But Nathan, he's creeping. He's really is. He's creeping good because nobody sees him. So next day, we're back in video class, Steve, because that's a thing. Here's what I just want to ask. Like every day they're showing one of these videos. What is this class other than this? What's video class, Steve?
Video bios. Now do a video bio on someone else.
Yeah, like, here's the camera, kids. Hey, you just gotta show me. I want to see your work. Like, I don't see what this guy's teaching. I think he's just getting an easy check. But it's time for Nathan to show his. And this is supposed to be a bio about you, Steve. But Alex got away with it for doing one about her mom. We think we're gonna see Nathan, the documentary, but it's not that, Steve. It's basically an Alex Mack like hype video. Just like Alex Mack is one of the hottest chicks of all time. Look at her. Look at this. And Alex is like, yo, I'm showering in this video. Look at her soft, supple skin.
Yeah,
It's
his verbiage is very creeper too. So you're losing points, man. Hopefully this episode ends before, you're thrown into the dumpster, Nathan. But the most beautiful nifty girl, she wears pants, dresses, and clothes. She moves with the grace of a deer. And she's very funny too. Bingo. Like,
yeah. He even stole the video she did. I guess she didn't know this camera was on, but Nathan got that video, edited that in. So Alex is pissed, basically. She's seeing people laugh because she's looking a little bit goofy. Also, probably inside is like, yo, this guy was taping me. Like, I was like, I didn't even know where he was. He was in a bush, I think. The
yeah,
fuck?
how did you get the bitch
Predator
turns
shit.
orange?
Yeah, dude, she gets embarrassed. It looks like she has kidney disease from the color. I'd send her to the nurse. But Nathan, again, you've gone down in Steve's opinion. You're in garbage town in Alex Mack's opinion. She hates you now. Fuck you.
And she cusses him out. What was that all about? I'm so embarrassed. I want to move. Why'd you do that? I should have never been nice to your dumb ass in the first place. You embarrassed me in front of the whole school. Just the class, Alex, not the whole school.
You are a freak. Bitch, you turn into cum.
You should be thankful he didn't get footage of that.
Cut to the chemical company again, Steve. Big Chem. And Annie overhears Dave talking to somebody on the phone, and he's super happy. He's got his new friend Ray. He's talking to somebody on the phone. He's like, dude, this Ray kid, he's opened up my mind. He makes me feel like I feel like a man again. It's like, dude, Dave needs to be arrested right fucking now, dude.
Where's
Annie,
Chris
call
Hansen
the
when you need him?
cops. Yeah, dude, that's fucked up. Dave's into Ray. I don't know. He's calling people, and he'll be even happier if he passes that driving test. He'll get a raise, and he'll be able to pay for somebody's hip replacement. I'm assuming it's his mother. I didn't catch that, but this is where we see like the sad side. He's a little broke. He's trying to help people out, possibly trying to maybe quell some demons inside of him that make him want to touch kids. Who knows? But he's going through it.
Send some money to his family, and Annie hears this, and she has a change of heart now because she looks at him as a person now.
Yeah, yeah. Because he made a phone call. He wasn't even talking to anybody, Annie, dummy. He's just trying to get you to think he's a good person. But then we cut to the donut shop because the donut shop apparently in this show is like the juice bar in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It's the hangout. It's the
Yeah.
chill. And the
The
owner's
Max.
very cool. She's kind of like an older lady. She's friendly with all the kids. Alex is eating her feelings. She's eating a crawler because she feels embarrassed. She sees the creeper coming in because this guy it's a daily order for this kid. He's got to have a bear claw. She turns into a puddle of cum, goes under the seat, the booth. He orders it, and leaves. But I think Nathan saw her do that, Steve. I'm saying that right now. I just don't think he says anything.
Well, he saw her under the table. Like what she turned in to come in and got up under the table, and then like
But I think
she
he saw
noticed.
her turn into cum, Steve. That's what I'm saying. I think he saw it and was just like, "Hey, Alex, I know you're cum." I
Okay,
think I'm putting that out there. But then we cut to Ray, and his trainee is killing this paper game. He might be the best, Steve. With Ray's training, he will be. This is where Annie tells Ray, I think, about her change of heart. She's like,
yeah.
look, maybe he isn't weird. I don't know. I heard him on the phone. I was wrong. But I got to be honest with you, Annie. You weren't wrong. You were just wrong for the reasoning. You just didn't know who Dave really was, you know?
Yeah, thank God. Then we cut to Dave, and he gets a telegram. I guess this is the '90s, so he gets a telegram from Ray, and Ray says that he got transferred and he won't be able to make it to Dave's driving test. So now Dave's back to being in the dumps. Like, oh, I won't have my moral support. Oh. And then,
Ray Telegram though? What the fuck is it's on a Pony Express message to Dave. Stop. I'm not gonna be there. I can't be your friend
yeah,
anymore. Stop.
yeah,
That's weird.
1890s or what?
Yeah, but he's in tears again. God knows if he can pass that test. He's in shambles. But cut to Nathan's house. Alex shows up and she's feeling kind of shitty about what she did. She called him a freak. She hid his cum under a table to avoid him. And she knocks on the door, and eventually Nathan opens up the door. And again, this is a situation where, maybe you can open the door normally, or you can open it in a full Indian headdress. That's kind of weird. Does he have a shirt on?
I can't remember. I was just thrown off by the headdress, and like that took all of my attention because she asked him like, "Why are you wearing the Indian thing?" That's how she refers it, and he's like, "Well, it's fun." That's all he says. It's like, bro, you're not doing yourself any favors.
I mean, yeah, dude. And she's like, well, that's neat. And that's it. That's all. And Nathan basically, he just shuts the door on the bitch, Steve.
But she does tell him that, I apologize and you're actually a neat person, but I do think it would have been better had you told me beforehand that you were going to do this bio on me. A decent heads up that would have sufficed. And he just doesn't know what to do with that information. So he just stares at her awkwardly as he only knows how to do. And then that's when he shuts the door. And now it's Dave's time to test. But he's stuck on the P and the R. He can't get between the P and the R. Like I'm telling you, Dave should not have a license.
Dude, I mean, there are multiple red flags for the chemical company. Just give him a job on the line, maybe. Just not where he can directly run kids over like he just did. But they're allowing him to take this test. And I gotta say, you can see where maybe he'd run into some problems because he's rolling these cones. He's really Johnny on the spot, but he's a little fast for my taste. I don't like
But
that.
like at first he didn't want to take the test, but the crazy thing about it, all it took was Ray showing up. Ray shows up, he's like, fire it up. Yeah, let's give it a go. Like, Dave, you are a weirdo, bro.
Yeah, dude. This kid he just needs Ray around. He's like, you're my lucky charm, Ray. You can't go. I gotta go to college, man. Like, what's going on? No, you can't. You can't.
Can't, Ray.
Fucking John Lennon's his ass, Steve. Dave's a problem. There's a lot of problems in this town. I don't like where Alex Mack's a freak. She's been chemically fucking changed by a chemical company that I gotta think from the lax like rules and hiring policies they have. They're probably dumping chemicals into the water supply too. So there's a lot of red flags in this show.
Considering she's a mutant, she seems like she's the most normal person in town. Well, her and Ray,
And Annie's chill, Steve. Let's not
and
bring
he's
Annie
chill.
into the freak club. She maybe prevented a child molester from being arrested, but that's neither here nor there. Alex actually, after we see Dave kill the driving test, we cut to the donut shop again, the juice bar, if you will. And Alex calls in that IOU that Gross Lewis, gave her. They have some work to do.
Yeah.
Cue that montage, Steve. You're the best. Ah! And actually, after she calls in the IOU is when we see Dave just get fast and loose with it and kill that fucking test. So he's back. And then we cut to the video class. So Alex, she's done some shenanigans. She's worked a little magic. She's worked with Lewis. And Lewis gets up because it's time. This whole episode, Lewis has been getting shit from the teacher like, dude, you got to see this video. You know,
Yeah.
I don't got all day. You got to show it. So now Lewis, he pops that tape in, but before he does, he's like, the production spiraled out of control. I was going to do sort of a tasteful nude scene. Everything went to shit, but I did mine about somebody else. So let me throw this in. And he did his about Nathan, AKA the creeper, Steve. But now we get to see the other side, the better side.
Yeah, I mean, they really they tried hard, man, to put a positive spin on this, but they're doing these close-ups of Nathan, and for one, he's dropping things in the first scene, and then another scene, he's wearing a football helmet, riding a bicycle that has like a basket on it, and like I think a flag was like, yeah, so it wasn't a flattering look, but he does give a decent narration because he's like, you know what, if you're quiet long enough and really listen, he might actually surprise us. You know, he doesn't have a problem being himself, being by himself. And, you know, he's taught me that being unique is having a style all your own.
Maybe he's not so weird, Steve. Maybe
God, that
we're the
motherfucker weird.
weird ones. Yeah, dude. You guys
That
don't
motherfucker
know.
weird.
He's very weird. Maybe dangerous at a certain point. But the video itself, standing ovation, Steve. It's like
Standing
Oscar
O.
worthy. A standing ovation. Even the kid who looks like he's in Bone Thugs and Harmony.
And I'm a smoke the shadow. Stand up and pin.
This video dumb should be gone. Dude, but yeah, dude, I mean it's a hell of a biopic, Steve. And Nathan, instead of being the creeper, now he's, this is a turning point for this kid. This might be
Yeah.
where he becomes the team captain of some team. I don't know. Maybe he's a football star. God knows.
Maybe I won't kill everyone in this class.
Yeah, he's just he fucking takes a couple names off the list.
Yeah.
But TBD, because shit, the dude's coming out of his house in a Native American headdress. Shit's only gonna get worse from here, Steve. You know?
Yeah, that boy ain't right. But I mean, for what it's worth, man, it's a good episode. We never really talk about this show. This is our first time talking about Alex Mack. And, you know, because I watched it at some point in the 90s, we're like, man, let's give her a shot. It's a,
It was just like a show that was a show to get to another show. There's a lot of
yeah,
those where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this because after this, Are You Afraid of the Dark's on? Or some other great show that we wanted to watch. But this, I was never a huge fan. But shout out to Alex Mack, dude. You were one of the first superhero mutant kids. And while you may have almost been killed by a kid who is weird, you had a show on Nickelodeon. So salute to you.